focused. I know I put in a lot of work this training camp, and I'm coming here with the same mentality. I know there's a guy that want to take food off my table, and I'm not going to let him.
Bit of a danger of...
Most times, you have to realize who the A side is, and that's exactly what Shakur Stevenson did to Josh Padley at their most recent encounter.
Defending champion Shakur Stevenson. This Saturday in a scheduled 12-round contest, it will be for the WBC lightweight championship.
The World Boxing Council champion had picked Josh Padley a few days prior to his scheduled Saudi Arabia Riyadh season debut, after his initial opponent, Floyd Schofield, was deemed unfit to take the fight with an illness to deal with. Josh Padley has handled the spotlight quite well, as he had the perfect preparation for this last September in the undercard of Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois fight at Wembley Stadium. In London, he defeated Mark Chamberlain, a fighter lauded with the accolade of being Saudi boxing mogul, Turki Al-Akshik's favorite fighter. And now, he's in Saudi Arabia for the first time, getting his first title shot against Shakur Stevenson. Interestingly, he's ranked ahead of Floyd Schofield on the World Boxing Council rankings.
BC World Lightweight title. Don't want to...
Yeah, higher ranked than him, you know. I know there's a lot of, probably a lot of things online saying who's Josh Padley and stuff like that, but obviously I beat someone to get here and deserve that spot, and I'm going to show that on Saturday night.
I mean, you showed...
Perhaps this is what has gotten into his head, as he's been overstepping his boundaries in an attempt to spark up a fight that was never meant for him in the first place. Boxing fans expect him to work quite silently and show himself in the ring. Well, he surely would want to leave more memories in the minds of boxing fans than memories of being outboxed all night by the defensive Shakur Stevenson. Hence, he has hyped up the fight to an annoying extent, which forced him into a heated argument with Shakur Stevenson. And whether we like it or not, he has actually hyped up the fight in the shortest period, showing his identity and character to fight fans.
Championship of the world.
As he said, he hoped this is a life-changing encounter for him, as he would want to return to England as more than the electrician and part-time boxer he traveled to Saudi Arabia but as a world champion in the lightweight division. British electrician Josh Padley will switch to boxing gloves for his tools of choice on Saturday night after accepting a last-minute world title shot in Saudi Arabia. The part-time Sparky from Yorkshire was not supposed to be in the ring this weekend, but he has jumped at the opportunity to fight on the big stage following a late withdrawal in Riyadh.
I know those in the game would have known who you were, but you showed perhaps a more casual audience in the UK with the Chamberlain win.
Yeah.
I guess the casual audience in America, if the Shakur fight goes how you want.
US superstar Shakur Stevenson was due to defend his World Boxing Council lightweight title against fellow countryman Floyd Schofield Jr., but the latter pulled out after being hospitalized due to illness. Attention quickly turned to finding a replacement, and Padley got the call after winning on the undercard of Daniel Dubois' demolition of Anthony Joshua in September. Padley still had to complete his shift on Wednesday before a video emerged of him jumping in his van to head to the airport.
Lads! Where are you, lads? What's happening?
We're off to Saudi!
What are you doing, lads? Get to it, lads!
The amusing footage sees Padley being asked what he's doing before he replies, "We're off to Saudi." He will now take on US superstar Shakur Stevenson, pictured, in Riyadh on Saturday night. Padley may not be a full-time boxer, but he still holds an impressive 15-0 professional record. His victory over Mark Chamberlain, who Saudi chief Turki Al-Sheikh had previously hailed as his favorite fighter in September, was a breakthrough moment, and he will now get the chance to win a world title. However, the task ahead of him is a steep one, with Stevenson also unbeaten and a three-weight world champion after winning a silver medal at the 2016 Olympics in Rio.
Everybody involved in Riyadh season, Turki Al-Sheikh and Matchroom Boxing for this opportunity. This is my second time involved in a Riyadh season event now, and I'm feeling.
But Stevenson will need to refocus after a chaotic week in Saudi that has seen Schofield Jr. pull out amid an allegation that he was poisoned. Schofield Jr.'s father posted a photo of his son in his hospital bed on Wednesday and vehemently denied he was ducking the fight. According to The Sun, leaked messages reportedly from Schofield SR accused unnamed people of poisoning his son, a wild theory that has since circulated online. A text sent to Schofield SR was leaked online and read, "This isn't something to take lightly, SR. I'm not trying to play any games. I got love for y'all and looking out, but they spiked your son.
Crazy for me, a dream opportunity. This is the pinnacle of boxing and this is what I'm in it for.
Looking forward to it.
A screenshot of the message was then shared on social media by Schofield Sr., who affirmed his belief that his son had been targeted in a statement given to TalkSport Wednesday, and an allegation circulated online that the boxer had been poisoned. Floyd will be okay and make a full recovery. Someone tried to kill him, he said. A statement from Schofield Jr.'s promoters Golden Boy on Wednesday confirmed the lightweight challenger fell ill before being released from hospital, with no mention of the poisoning accusation.
Possibility they was going to accept the fight. So then when they accept the fight, they surprised me there. But then when they didn't show up to the press conference, I kind of had
Schofield's loss is Padley's gain, and the Brit will now aim to shock the world by beating Stevenson just 72 hours after finishing his electrician shift. Ranked 12th by the World Boxing Council, Padley got there after scoring an upset win against Mark Chamberlain. The Doncaster-born fighter, who also works as an electrician, competes in his first world title fight. Skipping the standard route of facing top contenders and going straight for potential glory, Stevenson is a 3-division champion. The 27-year-old competed in his last top-rank fight a few months ago, beating Artem Harutyunyan. Quickly adjusting to the situation, Stevenson is ready to put on a show for his fans and detractors.
something in my brain that told me I don't think they're going to show up.
I interviewed him at 5 p.m. yesterday, and yeah, like, and I got a shock when he wasn't at the press conference.
Yeah, you interviewed him at 5 p.m. yesterday. He was okay, just fine, right?
Yeah, he was about to train, and you...
I mean, I watched one round of him fight. I'm in shape, Stevenson said on Fight Hub TV via Bad Left Hook. They could have sent anybody. They could have said, Lomachenko, let's fight. I'd have said, let's do it. I know when I'm at my best, I can beat anybody at their best. So I'm the best in boxing, and I'm going to show y'all. Shakur Stevenson is as technical as they come. However, he is not the most active fighter when it comes to throwing punches. Stevenson picks and chooses his shots and focuses on mastering his movement and defense.
Of him, do you know?
I watched one round, but like I said on the stage, they could have said, yo, let's fight Lomachenko Saturday. Let's fight the best fighter in the world.
Stevenson lands his shots at a fairly good rate when he throws and is a master at limiting his opponent's shots. He is considered the future of boxing for a reason. Padley, on the other hand, put down Mark Chamberlain in his previous fight before earning a decision. He was also an underdog in that contest. That said, Stevenson is on a different level than Chamberlain, and Padley would need to do something exceptional to have the same fate against the World Boxing Council lightweight champion. It's a fight where Stevenson has nothing to gain and everything to lose. Padley's situation is the complete opposite.
I'll be able to do to him, and I'm sure he's stuff that he's got a quick look at me, and Saturday night we'll see how that gets on.
What do you reckon this fight week is? And I know this is obviously a question for him and his team, but not that they'd probably answer it honestly, but what do you think this fight week has done to him? Because
that could make Stevenson more cautious, taking an early finish out of the equation. Rather, Stevenson might accumulate his shots over the rounds before eventually earning a 10th round technical knockout stoppage win. With this win, Stevenson looks set to hit his ultimate target, Gervonta Davis. Ahead of the fight, Shakur Stevenson has admitted that he would not be the ace side in a potential mega fight with Gervonta Davis if he gets past new opponent Josh Padley in their lightweight clash this weekend. Despite a turbulent fight week, Stevenson still has one eye on a potential fight with Tank Davis in the future.
My business, the message that I will give to him is let's make the biggest fight in boxing happen. Let's make as much money as possible. So if Turkey gonna...
World Boxing Association lightweight King Davis is scheduled to fight Lamont Roach next week and has already asserted himself as a box office attraction and pound-for-pound talent. The ferocious puncher has also amassed a knockout percentage of 93% in his professional career. Stevenson's promoter Eddie Hearn is desperate to make the fight, but it remains to be seen whether or not the two undefeated champions will collide in an all-American super fight. However, despite being a 3-weight world champion and decorated amateur, Stevenson believes that he wouldn't go into a fight with the Baltimore knockout artist as the A-side. Speaking to Boxing News this week, Stevenson discussed a potential bout with Davis.
It was.
Eddie love that.
Yeah, if Turkey and whoever else want to give us the craziest bag, let's make that happen. I want to make the big...
I'm not delusional, so I'm not going to tell myself things that's not true. I try to tell myself facts and stay true to myself. I understand the numbers that he's doing and all the things he's done in the sport. Not accomplishments, but money and revenue and all that kind of stuff. I think he's one of the biggest superstars in the sport of boxing, he added. I would love to share the ring with him, but I know that him fighting me would be the biggest fight of his career. Hopefully we can make that fight happen, but once again, it's all up to Gervonta. If he says let's fight, I'll be ready with my pen and ready to go.
So get through Saturday night, let's just make it happen. Tank v Shakur, it's the best fight in boxing. And on we go.
It is, but then, it's, I don't know, is it difficult?
Despite hinting at retirement, undefeated World Boxing Association lightweight champion Gervonta Davis finds it increasingly difficult to walk away from the sport. Why? Because top boxers are lining up, eager to face him in the ring. Just recently, Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority chairman, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, voiced his intent to make a massive showdown between Tank Davis and another top contender a reality. Speaking to ESPN's Mike Coppinger, Al-Sheikh made it clear that he wants to see Davis square off against Shakur Stevenson in Riyadh on a card he is promoting. Eddie Hearn has now entered the conversation. As Stevenson's promoter, Hearn is undoubtedly looking to secure the best opportunities for his fighter, and there's no denying the immense appeal of a showdown with Gervonta Davis.
Different promoters that
You got His Excellency. If he wants to make that fight, he'll make it happen. So, fingers crossed.
But you also have Tank's demands too that he's.
And that's not him.
After the 30-year-old faces Lamont Roach Jr. On March 1st, Hearn is proposing what he calls the biggest fight in boxing. With the magnitude of such a bout, it's expected to bring in a massive purse, attracting fans from around the world to witness this historic clash. But what exactly does Hearn's proposal entail? Let's break it down. Eddie Hearn recently sat down with Ariel Helwani for an interview ahead of Shakur Stevenson's title defense against Golden Boy Promotions fighter Floyd Schofield on February 22nd. The event is going to be on the undercard of the Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol rematch in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Under my control, but hopefully Tank wants to be in the biggest fights in boxing, and that's the biggest fight to be made in the sport, in my opinion, especially around his weight class.
I know you got to get pulled. Let me just squeeze in one more for you.
However, the conversation took a turn when the Matchroom head was asked about the chances of a Tank versus Shakur showdown in 2025. Hearn started by praising the World Boxing Council lightweight champion, calling him one of the greatest fighters of our generation. Why? It's because he's got 28 three-division world champion already. He's not even got out of first gear, Hearn continued. On the other hand, Hearn also acknowledged Tank Davis as an exciting fighter and a major draw in the sport. Who else can Gervonta Davis fight? That's for the king. That's for supremacy at 135 pounds, the Matchroom head exclaimed.
Like how he is coming in and what he can do different.
You're right there, mate. Yeah. He's got to do more. The judges didn't have him winning, I did.
Apart from that, he also mentioned other rising stars like Keyshawn Davis and Andy Cruz, showing how competitive the division has become recently. But he still believes that Shakur against Tank is one of the great American fights. Hearn then laid out a potential path for Stevenson in 2025, which is the Newark native will first face Floyd Schofield, then William Zepeda in the summer, and finally a showdown with the Baltimore native at the end of the year. He strongly believes in Stevenson's chances and hopes this will be his defining year. That's the year we want for Shakur, he revealed proudly. Just days ago, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh also proposed a similar matchup, underscoring the significance of this showdown in the eyes of boxing fans worldwide.
Everyone's sensible. I mean, what other fights are there out for Tank? He's fighting, he's got a decent fight next, but he's a super featherweight.
While the idea of a fight between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson excites boxing fans, the matchup remains stuck in limbo. The reason? It's the ongoing tension between Gervonta Davis and His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. In an interview with ESPN's Mike Coppinger, Al-Sheikh, despite his past conflicts with Davis, he hopes to one day see Shakur against Tank. Al-Sheikh emphasized that professionalism would prevail and that personal differences should not prevent the promotion of such a monumental fight. Shakur Stevenson, while talking to Dev Sani from Queensberry Promotions in January, had also expressed his eagerness for the fight, but he's been vocal about his frustrations with Davis's mixed signals.
In big fights, he'll want to make big money, and I think the biggest fight out there for him is Shakur Stevenson, and vice versa.
Obviously, you got better bivol, your man Dimitri, looking to right the wrongs.
That's the biggest fight in the world, Stevenson had said, calling out Davis for not committing to the showdown fully. In support of the fight, even boxing legend Mike Tyson weighed in. While talking to Mace and Cameron Giles on their podcast, It Is What It Is last year, Tyson, who favored Tank in the bout, acknowledged Stevenson's elite skills and stated that pressure from Gervonta Davis would bring out the best in the young champion. With promoters like Eddie Hearn and Turki Alalshik pushing for the fight, the odds of seeing this explosive matchup in 2025 are growing stronger. Stevenson's primary focus remains on a future encounter with Davis, a fight that could pit the two best lightweights against each other. Stevenson, 26, points out Davis's age of 30 while scrutinizing Davis's fighting history.
He 30 years old now. Like, what we talking about? Like, bro, 30 talking about he gonna fight me. Yo, when you gonna fight me? He say next. Okay.
How many times is he going to say he is going to fight an elite fighter and not fight them? Stevenson said to Say Cheese. He is 30 years old now. Bro is 30. Talking about he is going to fight me. He said next, okay, well do it. Stevenson is a 3-division title holder who is growing frustrated with his lack of big fights. In the modern era, there has been a crop of young and emerging fighters at and around his weight class, including Davis, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and Ryan Garcia. Yet Stevenson hasn't faced any of his peers, despite holding titles in 3 divisions and being a unified world champion in the junior lightweight division.
I'm right here. All you gotta do is send an offer, reach out. There's nothing stopping it, bro. You the A side, I know. I'm not saying that I'm the A side. You with all the notoriety, all the however it go. I'm right here though. I'm not going nowhere.
Are you really going to fight me or just going to keep saying what you are going to do to somebody? Said Stevenson of Davis. Shut up and fight me. Stevenson believes making a fight with him is simple. He just needs a contract. All you got to do is send an offer, said Stevenson. You are the A side, I know. I am not saying I am the A side. You're the person with all the notoriety, however it goes. But I am right here though. I am not going nowhere as soon as you say let's fight. I am right here. Let's fight.
Supposed to be kept in the gym. Nobody's supposed to talk about it.
Nah, sparring was kept in the gym. It was kept in the gym. And then he got like, I don't know what was going on.
Many fans feel like the two American stars are on a collision course at 135 pounds. If it plays out like that, it won't be the first time they've traded punches. Speaking to Say Cheese on Sparring with Davis, Stevenson detailed what the session looked like. A quiet gym at 2 a.m. First time sparring again after the Olympics, it was like 2 in the morning. It was on some 2 in the morning stuff. We went like 20 minutes straight, I want to say.
I don't know what was going on at the point of time that he just felt the way he felt. And he went on the air and said something funny, but nah, I think sparring still should stay in the gym. I think
he had like 3 or 4 people with him, and I had just Africa, Richardson Hitchens, riding with me. I don't remember if he had somebody recording. I didn't record it though, for sure. He said that he would have kept the work inside the 4 walls of the gym had Tank, not broadcast the details, claiming that he cracked Stevenson. Sparring was kept in the gym, and then I don't know what was going on at the point of time that he just felt, and he went on the air and said something funny. Given that his partner has spoken of what went down, Stevenson got his side across. He was respectful when talking about the 2017 session, but feels he got the better of the Baltimore boxer.
I think sparring still should stay in the gym. I think if I'm being honest about that sparring with me and him, it was like good work. It was like good work. Me and him, 2 smart fighters.
If I'm being honest about that sparring session between me and him, it was good work. 2 smart fighters. I feel like if it was a fight, I won. But it was good work. He made me think. I made him think. That's how I looked at it. That was before I turned pro. I was an amateur at that time. That was before his world title fight with Jose Pedraza, the one that put him on. Asked if Tank knocked him down or hurt him, Stevenson said, damn no, and that he had never been down a day in his life. Regardless of their recent verbal clashes, Shakur Stevenson, the World Boxing Council lightweight title holder, is growing increasingly impatient with WBA champion Gervonta Davis's claims about a potential showdown.
William Zepeda, Gervonta Davis. For me, once we've done our work over that 6-month period.
On the heels of signing Shakur Stevenson with his Matchroom Boxing, Eddie Hearn spoke about grand plans for the WBC lightweight world champion. For me, what we do is we go Joe Cordina, William Zepeda, Gervonta Davis. Hearn revealed in a recent sit-down for Matchroom Boxing's YouTube page. For me, once we've done our work over that 6-month period, Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson will be the biggest fight in boxing.
Gervonta Davis against Shakur Stevenson will be the biggest fight in boxing. But we make our own moves. You know, we're not chasing Tank.
But we make our own moves. We're not chasing Tank. We're chasing greatness, but that comes with Tank because he's an unbelievable fighter. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.